Welcome back to the channel, guys. This is VIN1131. This is a 2016 1J7, which is atomic silver with LA20 black interior at Copart in California with 37,000 miles. It's a Utah and California car its whole life, so extremely low mile example. Sorry about the storm. There's a storm going on outside. You can hear thunder. I hope it's not picking up on my microphone, but just letting you know, don't worry about that. So production statistics, 328 out of the 2,348 cars for the US 49 were atomic silver. Of those, 151 had LA20 black interior. So that's like 6.43% of all of the US 49 production was this color combo. So it's like a 5 or 6 out of 10, kind of in the middle. For 2016, 199 out of the 1,418 cars were atomic silver, and of those, 91 had LA20 black interior. So this car is one of 91. So somewhat common, but it's not like the blacks or the white cars that have, you know, one of 300 or one of 200 something. Carfax, Epic VIN, and Auto Check. So Carfax shows this as a 2-owner, 1 accident, 1 damage event car. So in March of 2019, it hit a parked car, damage to the right front, so that kind of drives. And in February of 2023, they noted minor damage. And then there's likely a third accident, which is why it's here at Copart, and I'll get to that here in a minute. I don't see any obvious damage at first, so we'll get into that here in a second. Epic VIN shows this as a 2-owner, no accident car. AutoCheck shows this as a 3-owner, 3-accident car, but I think the first two are the same. It's just one was when it happened, one was when it was repaired. March of 2019 to the right front, same as Carfax, and then it shows August of 2019 to the right front. So that could be, you know, it's like 5 months later. February of 2023, same as Carfax, plus whatever reason it's for at Copart now. So like a 2 or 3 owner car and like a 2 to 4 accident car, that's kind of what it's looking like. Previous sales. So this car first went on sale March of 2018, $88,000 in Colorado, and it was still for sale in April of 2016, still for sale in September of 2016, and it finally sold in November of 2016. So like 8 months for sale, pretty typical. Very common for what you saw when these cars were new. The rain is coming and I have a metal roof on my shop, so it may get loud here. October of 2021, $63,250 in California with 17,000 miles, and it sold in March of 2022, so like 5 months for sale. And now here in March, mid-March of 2026 at Copart, stating damage, the primary damage to the rear end of the car. And I don't see any like impact damage, but let's dive into it. So now into the photos. Why is this car here? Sometimes you see the cars that have like a bunch of scratches all over, like it went through some bushes and the entire car is scratched or something like that. You may see it here, but it's still a clean title car. This doesn't look like that. The exhaust is missing, so that's kind of odd. The front end, the black piece behind the bumper, you can see the painted surface. And so that means that the car has had front repairs. And we know that because it's had a previous accident, but it doesn't match. And so that piece behind the bumper, the crash bar, should be black. But you move around the car, the left rear bumper has a pretty deep scratch, as does the quarter panel. The rear quarter panel is one of the most expensive spots on this car to repair, but that still doesn't jive with like why this car is here, especially if it's going to end up with a salvage title. I think it's probably going to have a clean title, but it could end up with a salvage title. Maybe if something caught the wheel and it tweaked the undercarriage or the rear subframe and it bent the frame, you know, I'm kind of thinking aloud here, but it seems like to me, if I was going to bid on this car, I would physically go look at the car. Copart allows you to, if you're a registered bidder, you can physically go look at the car, and that's what I would probably do with this one if you're looking at putting it back on the road, because there could be a very expensive gotcha otherwise. But I think it's something going on with that left rear corner. The interior looks phenomenal, very clean. I don't see any delaminating carbon fiber. I mean, it looks like a car with 37,000 miles, and so I'm not surprised at all, but you know, the stuff on the front probably needs to be addressed, and the stuff on the rear. And why is the exhaust missing? Does it have damage to the differential? If the TVD was damaged, that's a $36,000 part, so that could be maybe something why it's here. You know, there's a little more that needs to be investigated on this car. So now into the service history. It's pretty well Lexus and Toyota dealer serviced as well, to about 2023 and 29,000 miles. So an oil change or two is all it probably has had since then to get caught up on service. Maybe it was done at a Take 5 or a some independent shop that doesn't report. So the first injury of note is October of 2016. Paint protection film was installed on the front, specifically including the carbon fiber piece on the lower front bumper, but then it had an accident, so maybe it wasn't replaced. August of 2017, the sunroof glass was replaced due to hitting a rock. So I have seen that on a couple services, but something of note. April of 2018, the JLB recall was done. That is the high pressure fuel pumps. They were prone to cracking or leaking and catching on fire. Well, this was done. September of 2022, 24,000 miles. The front brakes were done. They noted that the car needed rear brakes and they were not done. They noted that the tires had uneven wear, and they noted that the right front fender liner was rubbing, and they tried to bend it back a little bit, and they noted it needed to go to the body shop. So maybe something hit or something came loose, but something of note there. October of 2022, 2 tires at 24,000 miles. August of 2023, 29,000 miles, brake fluid and an oil change. It's pretty good on maintenance. It has fairly new tires. It has new front brakes. It probably needs new rear brakes. The valley plate, I would inspect the valley plate, and low pressure fuel pump has not been reprogrammed on this car, so you may hear a humming or buzzing in the back seat. The KLG has not been done. That's the GPS location. The HVAC servo sweep has not been done, and just kind of the usual things. None of the normal stuff has been done on this. So that brings me to what I buy this car. I think if the price were right, but also it requires some further investigation. So with the low miles, it has potential to be a great car. I hope this isn't too loud. With the low miles, it has the potential to be a great car, and I'm gonna bounce before this storm gets too bad, but definitely worth looking at. Just investigate it a little bit further. So this has been 1131. Thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you soon.